So in this video, we're going to look at some of the key components and main features of the espressoDECK design. So the espressoDECK comes fully built as one unit, ready to cut the hole, drop it into place and connect to power and water and waste. I am using the E61 group head, mainly because it's a very forgiving group head. It works very well with a heat exchange unit. I've actually got an electronic version of the E61, so we've got volumetric control. I've set it up for 1 shot, 2 shots. This is the continuous button, and it's also the programming button. There's a separate video on programming that you can watch should you want to play around with different volumes. Also, we've got the ability to have electronic pre-infusion, so a little bit more hang time at the beginning of a shot should your particular blend require that. I've got my portafilters. I use an extra deep portafilter or an extra large portafilter so it can handle bigger filter baskets, triple shots for example, for the large takeaway coffees. With regards to the steam taps, I've got a flick valve steam tap. So basically there is no over tightening that can happen, and it's also really an ergonomic design. A barista is able just to turn it on and turn it off with the flick of the arm. It's also able to be serviced even during operation. So with fully up to pressure, you can lubricate the push rods inside, cool touch steam wands that help to protect the barista's hand, make it easier for wiping milk off, so on. And we've also got a steam tap guard here. So coming down to the machine itself, it is actually made of 3mm thick stainless steel, 304 stainless, and comes in a polished stainless finish as a standard. However, as you can see with this one, this is electroplated in black nickel, so it actually it's a beautiful finish. Need to be a little bit more careful, I guess, bashing around with jugs and portafilters and whatnot. Any powder coated or electroplated finish will chip or scratch a little easier than the very robust stainless steel finish. So as well as the steam tap, we've also got portion control hot water for 2 and 3 group models. The 1 group, however, just to keep it symmetrical, has the same flick valve as the steam. Got a cup warming area, utilising the heat that rises from the boiler. The drip tray at the same height is minimising how much surface space is there, so water drips through. It also has a drip diverter plate, which allows runoff of all of the grime, solid parts of the coffee that fall and look ugly, simply wash away and live underneath the drip tray diverter plates, leaving a very clean, dry, presentable workspace all day long. Those grinds build up because the drip tray is a very flat surface. It builds up and at the end of the day can be discarded into the bin. Okay, so we've got really easy access to all the components of the espresso machine. Things that we can't get to from the top, which is the majority of things on the top of the boiler, that we can get to through the cup warming area. Then we can simply remove the Perspex cover, and then we've got access to the computer, and we've got a pressure switch driving a solid state relay. So I think that's the quickest way to get your elements on when using steam pressure, as opposed to PID. Fully adjustable, so you can turn your pressure up, turn it down to increase or decrease your group water temperature and or steam pressure. We've also got a pressure gauge here with both the mains pressure, pump pressure and steam pressure. Even with the cover on, we can still see the pressure gauge, and that is also able to be viewed through the by just lifting up the drip tray. We've got at the back here, we've got our inlet valve, which has a expansion valve, a one-way valve, It's got the obviously water inlet and the two-way solenoid valve for boiler filling. Very reliable, solid piece of equipment. Flow meters here, easily accessible. And then we've got a satellite pump. So that's on this particular one, mounted up under here. You can mount that 5-10 meters away if you want and run a line in for a completely silent machine, and just run an extension lead from the lead coming from the espressoDECK. Just you can plug an extension lead in and make that, put that 5-10 meters away. So I'm very proud of the design. The atmosphere that it creates in a cafe is striking. Customers love to watch the baristas at work, watching their coffee pouring. The baristas really enjoy having the show happen, and it's a really easy machine for them to work on. The technicians really enjoy the design, utilising all the components. Most technicians will have parts for E61, and this is now a common group head. I use a lot of components that technicians will be familiar with and have, so as to make it a really reliable machine.